Hi, lovelies. It's me again, Kate, from Amazing Stories by Mokoson. I am here with an amazing story on the dangers of neglecting to groom our boy children into becoming responsible, sweet, and communicative grown-up men and husbands, just as we do to our girl child. Anyway, sit down and listen to this story. Please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do and subscribe. Comment. Don't forget to give my stories a thumb up. Let's dive into the story. Once upon a time, in a bustling city of Enugu, in the eastern part of Nigeria, there lived a man called Mr. Odika. Mr. Odika was a respectable man in the whole town. He was also traditionally inclined and too egocentric. He believed that boy children grow up naturally to become responsible men and husbands without unnecessary grooming. He also believed that an African man is polygamous in nature, as well as cheats with numerous women. His wife, on the other hand, never argued with him. She was so submissive and totally a housewife, and she came from a poor background. She had no choice but to always comply with her husband's decisions and massage his egos for peace to reign. However, their marriage was blessed with 2 children, a boy and a girl. Chukwu, the boy, was the elder one, but he was trained to neglect house chores, thereby making his sister Ogechi doing all the house chores, even washing Chukwu's clothes. Chukwu and Ogechi were given fantastic educational background, but Ogechi was the one groomed carefully to grow into a good wife for her husband, thereby allowing Chukwu to grow naturally without grooming and much guidance. Years passed and Chukwu married Amaka, a strong-willed woman who expected an equal partnership. Their marriage was blessed with a cute baby boy named Jack. However, Chukwu's lack of grooming made him emotionally unavailable, uncommunicative, and irresponsible. He struggled to provide emotional support, manage household responsibilities, and resolve conflicts. Despite the fact that Amaka and Chukwu had been married for 3 years, Amaka felt neglected, unheard, and unappreciated due to Chukwu's emotional unavailability, lack of communication, and irresponsibility. She discovered his flirtatious message with other women and confronted him. One day, in their living room, Amaka came and stood at Chukwu's back, who was busy chatting with one of his numerous girlfriends, oblivious of Amaka's presence. Amaka asked angrily, "Chukwu, who is this woman you are flirting with?" Chukwu was taken off guard, but he later composed himself and responded nonchalantly, "Oh, just a friend from work." A friend who calls you love and asks to meet. Chukwu, who calls you love and asks to meet, right? She asked incredulously. "It's nothing, Amaka. Don't overreact," Chukwu answered, shrugging while he ended the chat immediately and was about to leave when Amaka poured out her heart. Hot. "You are always like this, Chukwu. Distant, uncommunicative, and now cheating. When will you take our marriage seriously?" Amaka asked, frustrated and almost in tears. I do take our marriage seriously. You are just too sensitive. Chuku said, defensive. Sensitive. Sensitive, you say? You never listen to me, never support me, and never take responsibility for your actions. I feel like a single parent in this marriage, taking care of our cute Jack all alone, Amaka said with teary eyes out of hurt and frustration. That's not true. I provide for you, don't I? You just want me to always hang around this house and become woman rapper. Eh? Or better still, be washing your panties and Jack's poos. Real men don't do that. Chuku sputtered out in anger. We only work and provide for the family. I am a real man, and you can never turn me to a woman man. Amaka, Chuku said dismissively. Providing is never enough, Chuku. I and your child need emotional support, communication, and a partner who respects his wife. Amaka said tearfully. Respect? Who are you again? An ordinary woman who bends to be that I married with my hard-earned money. Chuku sputtered out disgustedly. You know what? I'm tired of this conversation, Amaka. I have work to do. Chuku stood up, uninterested. Chuku, please let's work on this together. I want our marriage to succeed. Amaka begged desperately, but Chuku left her and exited the room. Amaka broke down and cried her heart out. Meanwhile, Chuku felt no remorse on his reactions towards his wife, Amaka. He left and went out. When he came back, he was famished and went to his wife in the kitchen where she was preparing lunch. Is there no food in this house? I am famished, Chuku asked, entering the kitchen. I am almost done cooking, dear, Amaka answered hurriedly, but saw some dirty dishes on the sink. Sweetheart, please, can you help me with the dishes? She begged to Chuku. Why should I? That's women's work. What do you want to turn me into, self, Amaka? Chuku asked mockingly. What do you mean? We are partners. We should share responsibilities, Amaka said, frustrated. My father always said men should not do house chores. It's beneath us. Moreover, I have not done any of this rubbish girly thing since I was born, Chuku said condescendingly. That's an outdated and sexist mentality. We are equals, and this is 21st century, for Christ's sake, Chuku. Wake up, Amaka said angrily. Imagine this lady. In short, I won't do this. It is not in my place, Chuku said, unyielding. So, you will just sit there and watch me do everything, Amaka said disappointing. That's how it's supposed to be. It is what it is, Chuku said, shrugging. Your father taught you wrong, Chuku. Marriage is about teamwork and support, Amaka said sadly. Mind you, do not talk about my father like that, Amaka, Chuku cut in. I'm supporting you by providing for the family, just like my dad did, and my mom didn't complain, Chuku said, unmoved. Providing isn't enough. Haba, I need a partner who respects me and shares responsibilities, Amaka said firmly. Listen, Amaka, Nothing you say here will make me change my mind. I won't do women's work. Cure ED. Chukwu stood up and left Amaka in the kitchen all alone. Chukwu and Amaka's marriage faced a lot of fracas and turmoil due to Chukwu's egocentric attitudes and his acts of irresponsibilities towards his family, which he thought was a normal attribute to a strong African man. His best recitation from his father was, "An African man is polygamous in nature." This made him never to feel any remorse whenever his wife caught him cheating. Amaka, in the other hand, was trying her best to keep her marriage so that their son, Jack, will not grow up in a split home. The burden became too heavy for her to bear, and she was going towards a breaking point. This made her to suggest to Chukwu, her husband, for them to visit a marriage counselor, but he declined, saying that he would not allow the third party into their marriage. Amaka was so devastated and frustrated. Meanwhile, Ogechi, Chukwu's sister, married Obinna, who appreciated her domestic skills and respectful nature. She became an excellent wife, supporting her husband and building a happy home. Her husband loved her so much because of that, and her husband was so helping. As Amaka could not hold it again, Chukwu's marriage with Amaka crumbled because they argued frequently, and Amaka felt like a single parent. Chukwu's lack of emotional support and shared responsibilities took a toll on Amaka's mental health. Amaka decided to seek for divorce. Noticing the commotion in Chukwu's marriage caused by his egocentric attitudes and his acts of irresponsibilities, Chukwu's parents regretted their neglect on grooming little Chukwu to becoming a responsible husband. They blamed Chukwu's inability to build a strong and loving home, like his sister Ogechi, on themselves. They regretted not teaching him essential life skills, emotional intelligence, and responsibilities. We thought boys will naturally become good husbands, but now I see the error of our ways. Chukwu's struggle are a result of our neglect, Mr. Odika lamented bitterly. We should have groomed both our children equally. Now our son's marriage suffers and our daughter's thrives, Mrs. Odika added. The Odikas became to mentor Chukwu, teaching him essential skills, but the damage was done. Chukwu's marriage ended in divorce, leaving him to pick up the pieces, while Amaka swore to groom their little boy Jack properly so that whenever he grows up, he would become a responsible husband, unlike his father. Finally, the Odikas learned a valuable lesson. Grooming both boys and girls equally is crucial for building strong, loving homes. They vowed to guide their younger sons, ensuring they wouldn't repeat the same mistakes. In conclusion, most African parents find it difficult to groom their sons, teaching them the essential skills and emotional availability, just like they do to their girl children. Inability to do this, so many irresponsible males who are full of egocentric attitudes, and emotional unavailability. It also increases the high rates of domestic violence. A boy child should be taught how to do domestic chores, take care of himself, be intentional, and even cook his meals sometimes. Most men don't do this. Instead, they leave their acts of irresponsibilities towards their female partners, as if women are trained only to pack the pools of men. A boy child should be trained to be intentional and responsible. That's where we stop, guys. I hope this story taught us valuable lessons, and I hope you learned a lot from it. Anyways, thank you, lovelies. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, comment, and share. Do not fail to give my videos a thumb up. Goodbye for now, and remain blessed. God loves.